In this video, I'll be experimenting with all the hack blocks available in Scratch. Let's get started. Don't worry Scratch Cat, you won't get the pain today. So let's import a new sprite, and oh, my favorite sprite, Champ 99. I love this sprite, and let's just go with the backdrop as well. Whoa, Scratch has a refrigerator backdrop, didn't know that. So let's go with this wall backdrop, and oh, look at these high quality images. Alright, it's hacking time. So first of all of these blocks that I show you in this video works with normal Scratch and it does not break it. So you could use these blocks on normal projects and even share it in the website as well. It would work perfectly fine. So our first block is called switch costume to previous costume. Yes, this block should be hacked, because for some reason Scratch has a block for the next costume but not for the previous costume. Why? I don't know.
Bruh.
Anyways, using this block you can conveniently switch to the previous costume. Neat. Guess what is the hack block? Wrong, because both of these are normal blocks and this is the hack block. And what is the difference, you may ask? Well, to change the direction of this block you have to input a value, but there's another way of changing direction using this thing. What do you call this? I'll call it
The wheel.
So using
The wheel.
you can change the direction, and this hack block uses that same concept. You can change the input using
The wheel.
and if you think the wheel is annoying, you could also input a value as well. Really cool. So when key press blocks are one of the most used blocks, no doubt. But for some reason they don't support the enter key or any other special character keys. And this is where this block comes in. Using this block, you can use the enter key and it works perfectly fine, and there are some special character keys too that you can use. At least let's just hope that we'll get this support in Scratch 4.0, if that is a thing, because Scratch 3.0 is kind of old now. So if you need to check whether you are touching, let's say the mouse pointer, another sprite, or maybe the edge, that's where the touching block comes in. But this video will have a lot of buts. Scratch does not have a hack block for this. Even I was surprised. But now using this hack block you can detect whether you are touching the mouse pointer, the edge, or another sprite. A really handy block. Coming up next are some of the repetition blocks. First is while. This script runs every time when the condition is true. Why was it removed? Maybe because you can do the exact same thing using the if statement. But still, it is neat. And our next repetition blocks is the for I block. So this has its own counter called I, and it starts from 0 every time you run the script and repeats the number you enter here. For example, if you enter 10, it will repeat it 10 times. Cool, but again something like this could be replicated using another control block. So next are the counter blocks that you can use for the project. Using this block you can increase the count, and using this to reset the counter. But again, you can replicate this using a variable. So not much useful, I would say. So in the pen extension, if you need to change the color, you need to use these sliders, which is cool but really annoying if you need to use a specific color. The amount of times I messed with these stupid sliders, oh my god. So using this hack block, you can very easily change the color using a hex color code. So you know that every color has its own hex code, so now you can just copy the code and boom. It works. And the next block is to change the pen shape. I don't know why this is useful, so I think it's this block with all the options combined. Not the coolest or most useful, but yeah, it exists. Our next block is just the same as the previous color block, where you can add a hex color code without those stupid sliders. But what about getting the hex color code of a color you have chosen using the sliders? But don't worry, because there is a specific hack block for that. Using this block you can get the hex value for any color you like. This is really cool. Coming next is the start sound block. Not the play sound one, only this. So using this block you can type the sound instead of selecting. I find it easy to select the sound rather than typing the name, but I'm sure that this block serves a purpose because this exists. Some other weird hack blocks are deleting a random value of a list or reading a random one. Really specific and not useful most of the time, but there is a useful block, and that is deleting or reading the last item of a list. Why isn't this even a thing yet? Come on Scratch. And now we are moving on to my blocks. This is a really handy one. So using this block you can type the author of the block and also the purpose of the block. Really cool. So if you need to edit the blocks, you can just simply right click and edit the custom block according to what you need. And even if you edit it, you still have the author and the purpose. Really cool, but I doubt whether I would use it. But if you need to put your name and the code, yeah, this is handy. The next have block is this red have block, one of the most famous have block in Scratch. It is really popular because it breaks Scratch and you cannot add a comment to it. Really cool. And if you want to know how I got it, make sure to check out this video.